Hello viewers, today I have come to my family vegetable farm. Here please have a look. During my childhood, one of the most enjoyable activities for the children in my joint family was to cook food here in the open with fresh vegetables picked from the farm itself. After a long time, I am going to do the same here tomorrow. But before that, let me take you around this place. This place has an interesting history to it. What you see behind me is another part of the farm. However, some 30 years back, there was no farm but a mighty river flowing there. Now, what happened to that river? It was in the year 1994 when one night, following incessant rains, the banks upstream collapsed. The landslide was so huge that the flow of the flooded river got blocked. In the morning, we could see the river, but it was no more flowing. The water was still. We felt so strange. In the photograph, you can see my elder brother and two of my cousins standing right where I am standing today. You can see the river behind them. Following the landslide, the river had then become a lake. After about 5 years, the lake too dried up and there emerged a vast piece of a very fertile land mass. The government allotted the land, which was once a river, to the landowners living on either side of the river lake, if I may call it. We got this side of the riverbed halved along the length. You can still see the remnant of the river there. It's now a lake. It's a beautiful place. Someday I hope to make a video there as well. Tomorrow I am going to cook a traditional Manipuri dish popularly known as the uti. Uti literally means food cooked with ash. The ash here is prepared traditionally by burning the dried black lentil plant with stalk, leaves, shell and all after the harvest to obtain the ash. The ash does what baking soda does to the lentils. However, the natural ash imparts taste to the food like no artificial chemical can. Here we are having a bonfire of the dried lentil stalk and a family get together around it. Hello viewers, so today is the cooking day and this is the ash from last night's bonfire. I will use this ash to cook my uti. I would also need some herbs and condiments like this. Green king chilies. It's still green, so not going to be too hot. Next is lemon leaves that adds a tangy aroma to the dish. Then the toninko. Out of all its English names, I like to call it the heart leaves. Next are chives from my cousin's kitchen garden. Ginger leaves too. I am now entering the farm. This is going to be the location for today's video. On my way to the cooking spot, let me add a few more essential items. Fresh mustard green, then the sweet and soft mustard shoots, which is traditionally eaten raw. Some vegetables growing here. That's carrot, cabbages, radish, kohlrabi, coriander, all super fresh and organic. Potatoes on my way. Broad leaves in between are pumpkins. I will need green beans too. This is a wild herb locally known as lembu. It's not cultivated. It has medicinal properties and is edible too. Today, however, I am not using it. So, some other day. At the cooking spot, let me start with preparing the uti. The black lentil ash is mixed with water and allowed to sit for a while. Meanwhile, I prepare the vegetables, herbs and the condiments. Kohlrabi, ginger leaves and green chilies. Ginger leaf has an aroma which is a little different from the rhizome itself. Into the hot boiling water, here goes the dried peas that I had soaked overnight. It's peas, so this is going to be a motor uti. And this is the moment when the uti or the ash water goes in, followed by the veggies and others. After about 10 minutes of cooking, it's time to add the salt. Meanwhile, my family members have also arrived. The peas are almost cooked. Time for the bay leaves to go in. Followed soon by the lemon leaves. The peas are soft and the kohlrabi is tender by now. My uti is finally ready. Now it's time for cooking the rice. The rice is also from our own paddy fields, which are on the other side of the village road. My grandmother used to say there was a time when they procured everything from the farms itself: rice, vegetables, jaggery. Even the cooking oil was extracted from the mustard grown in the farm. They caught the fishes from the river and the ponds, which every household then had in their property. Clothes were woven on the handloom in every household. She said, except for salt, everything was available at home. Today, most things come packaged and ready made. I wonder what life was like in those days. By now, the rice is almost cooked. Time for the potatoes to go in for steaming. About 5 minutes after the potatoes had gone in, it's now the beans, which will then be followed by a set of fish pickle and green chilies. Here the fish pickle is the taste maker. The fish pickle is a story for another video. It will be interesting, I promise. All these are for a cider known popularly as the ametli, a must-have part of the Manipuri cuisine. While the rice and the rest are steaming, time for my mixed vegetable item. The wok is on fire and the oil is hot and ready. It's pure mustard oil. In the hot oil first goes the set of 5 mixed whole seed spices, followed by turmeric, red chili powder, cumin powder, then salt. These will then be followed by chenam or the Chinese chives. The green chilies will go last. The 5 mixed whole seed spices are fennel seeds, fenugreek, cumin, nigella seeds and mustard seeds. The spices and the condiments are now frying in the hot oil. Time for the farm fresh cut vegetables. After a minute or two of frying the vegetables with the lid on the wok, it's time for the mustard greens and the green chili. Halfway into my cooking the vegetables, I add the boiled chickpeas or chana as it is known in Hindi. The vegetables are now almost cooked, so this is the right time to add the ground spices. Timing is of prime importance. What goes when? Ground cumin, turmeric powder, red chili powder, so while my vegetables are cooking, it's time to prepare the ametpi. The beans and potatoes are now soft and the chilies are lump. The steamed fish pickle is just as it should be. All things are now mashed, but before adding the salt, the king chili is to be added raw into the mix. This chili is specially meant to add the unique aroma it is known for. Next is the sinju, the special Manipuri salad. My cousin and other family members are assisting me. It's a family affair. For the sinju, cabbage, toninghok and laikhaman are the few herbs available with me today. A number of other herbs are mixed in this preparation. I couldn't get them all. Next is the roasted nungshuk seeds, which adds a smoky and a nutty flavor to the sinju. My sinju is now perfect and ready. It's releasing a delicious aroma into the air. So just before the serving, the time is for garnishing my dishes with farm fresh organic coriander. Cooking is complete, so the food will be served anytime now. These three happen to be the hungriest of all, so I feed them first before others. So dear viewers, this video ends here. I hope you liked it. I'll see you in my next video. Thank you for your time.